Hi.
My name is...
What the fuck is up? It's been 27 days and we back.
Are we in? Are we started?
Yeah, it's going.
What's up, everybody? Kyle, Ken, and Colby. KKK.
And we're all wearing matching shirts.
We all got together today, and we had no clue. Me and Ken got together first, and I was like, man, he's kind of wearing a white shirt like me. I didn't really think anything, and then sent a picture to Colby, and he was wearing a white shirt, and so we decided to be fucking racist today.
Yeah, I was in the car on the way here, and I was like, oh no, look what I just noticed.
So we might as well attack the elephant in the room or whatever. Where have we been? That was a sweet White Claw going down my throat.
Dude, that was a nice, like, ASMR White Claw sit.
But if you guys support us and you support the two of us, Colby and Kyle, we've been just fucking busy lately. Colby and I don't know if you're ready, but can we talk about your thing?
Because I'm not going to post this till Monday, probably.
Yeah. So Colby's balls deep in his new project. Like,
Can I show it?
Yeah, he can show it. He's got a...
My life
tell him,
is
take it away,
literally-
take it away. This is what he's been doing. He's trying to better his life. Oh, no!
Oh, shit!
Mic down.
Still recording, though.
Mic's down. God damn it. We're trying a new setup here. Ream it down there, bud.
That's not a fucking omen.
Okay. Wow. We should just shut this shit down. So Colby's going to go into telling us what he's been doing. He's been putting his...
right?
Yeah. He's been putting his heart and soul into this new project because,
Hey!
you know, things change, life changes.
Life happens between empty and full, dude.
Yeah, he didn't come on the Beersy journey with me, so you wanted to span out and do his own thing.
You know, I never said it was a bad idea, though. I get a lot of people being like, why didn't you do it with him? Did you not think it was a good idea? And I was like, that's not what happened at all. He ran with the fucking idea.
No, the problem is, so me and Colby have been working together for so long. It was, when I did YouTube, I did it like all myself. Like I would be up till like 3 a.m, just like commenting on people's shit, like just going so fucking hard in the paint. Like I would go and just like say like Woody's Gamertag would post a video, and I would go in the comment section, fucking write something like, "Oh, that's awesome, Woody! Like, you should come check out my hooker pranks. I prank call hookers." And I would get on 17 other accounts and go fucking like that top comment. Like I grinded my ass out to do YouTube stuff. And
the website, same way. We worked on it like 8 hours a day. From like 4 to 2.
Yeah, but the thing is with like the website stuff, I would just like search and find something, and I'd be like, "Hey, Colby, go do this. Go do this." Like I fucking 100% lost. I lost the grind, and so when the Beersy stuff came along, like I threw the idea out there probably a couple years ago.
Yeah,
when I first saw it, I'm like, somebody has to do something like this, and we kind of didn't really even like think much of it, and you know,
I remember when you started joke pitching it to people. When you'd be like, hey, would you use something like this? And then at Flag Football, you were like, would you use something like this? Would that be cool? And everyone would always say the same thing. You're like, no, it'd be different than the cut can. It would be like silicone.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, yeah,
but they didn't really
cool.
they didn't like have like the vision. But then, so I was like, well, I feel like this could work. I feel like there's nothing out there that is like that. Like, I got to fucking put in the grind time. I can't just tell Colby, like, hey, go get this design through this guy. Like, go set this up. I was like way dependent on somebody else, and so I'm like, I gotta hit the grind. I gotta just.
It worked.
I gotta fuck. I was like in this gutter of like, I mean, fuck. I probably only had like 2 months worth of paying for bills and shit in my bank account. So I'm like, it's either I, get the grind on, or I just kill myself in a secluded.
I think once you jumped in, I mean, it fucking went off quick.
Quick, yeah.
Like I think once you fully committed, I mean, you had the freaking.
But it's weird now. So we're like 6 months in, like. Anybody, so like, who was saying it? River said he went to the bank and he's like, he knew the dude. He's like, what do you do now? And he's like, oh, I work for Beersy. I do marketing for Beersy. And they're like, oh, I've seen that on Instagram. So it's like we're getting to the point where pretty much like everybody like on Instagram, not everybody obviously, but like a large portion have seen us, and we're kind of like how businesses work, especially when you get like a cool new product. Like there's a blitz of sales at the start, but you try to figure out how you can consistently grow once everybody fucking knows who you are. Like everybody knows who Apple is. The way they consistently get sales is they come out new and innovative products every year,
Yeah, and break our old ones.
Yeah, so that's what's like the process now. It's like we're trying to transform from just like one product into like multiple products. Like I got some fucking ideas that are pretty sweet.
Well, now you can have ideas that you've built a sustainable business that you can have ideas and actually try and execute them. Whereas I am still just jumping it.
So you need to just get the Beersy to like self-dissolve after like a year, so it forces you to buy more. Like Apple, that's the Apple model.
Oh, my Beersy won't stick.
The disposable model is what we're going for next. So just like
that would be badass.
Which is so if somebody's like, oh, I'm gonna try and beat you to it. Well, it's still part of our patent, so I'll fuck you up. But a disposable, just like solo cup model. So just really thin plastic. Probably get it for like $1 to $2, but it's not the end of the world if you throw it away with your can. Is my kind of vision.
Well, and like a 5-pack for $10 is a lot. Yeah, if it's 5 of them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can easily argue that even if you eventually throw it away on accident, like you're gonna save yourself and like drinking downtown and stuff. The fucking guy that was here, he was on some random softball team, and he was saying that he got pulled over. He uses it. I mean, I don't tell people to do this, and I don't promote it either. But he said he would drink and drive anyway, not like drunk. He would just he'd get off work and be like, "Well, fuck, I'm gonna catch up and have a beer or two." And he's like, I got pulled over in Black Diamond.
Oh, shit.
And he had it in his cup holder open, and the cop didn't say anything.
Dude, well, I was at the park yesterday. I sent you the picture.
Yeah.
We went down to the Buckley freaking summer concert, and there was freaking cops down there, big community activity, parents walking around. I was talking to parents, had that no idea.
There's no nail.
Dude,
well, that's what Vogue too. Vogue at
the wife didn't even care.
Vogue.
She was like, "It looks legit. I don't care."
But that's the thing, though. It's like, okay, if you just set the can right there and you just look at the design, and you sit and stare at it, you're like, that's not the same as Coca-Cola. But now think, you're in public, your hand is around it. Even it, like, you don't think about that shit
in front of somebody.
Yeah, you don't think about that shit in the public. You see it out of the corner of your eye, you don't even think about the can. Your mind and the colors just say, oh, he's drinking a soda,
It's like, this is literally what I had right here.
Yeah.
And you just can't even tell. Even had the gold top. Well, your eye, you're just trained to see the logo.
And I told you that our buddy was at the volleyball tournament, huge, like 2-on-2 beach volleyball tournament. He went there. And he was watching this old dude behind, behind where the players were, like really into the game, slamming Cokes. And he was like, "There's no fucking way that's Coca-Cola." And he knows Kyle's products, so he tried to get close enough, but he was like in a seat. And then he got close enough, and he watched the dude put like a beer in it and then do it. And he was like, "Dude, it could be on ESPN because it was right behind the camera side, but."
Dang.
Good luck finding what time
right.
beach volleyball.
We got our first knockoff fucking Chinese dude.
That's annoying.
This is how scumbag the Chinese guys are. It was literally a Coke. Like, they literally took their barcode, their QR code, their whole nutrition label.
Everything.
Like, you would look, it even said like Coke.com on it,
It's just funny because like we were talking about it, like they don't care because they'll just rip something else off when this one gets shut down.
Well, on his thing, it was on he was putting it. Somebody started putting something on our listing, and I ordered it from theirs, even though it was using our Coca-Cola picture, and it showed up to my house as Coca-Cola. But it was like a little bit short, and so I sent him a cease and desist. But the dude made his own listing, but it said Coca-Cola, literally Coca-Cola, but in Coca, the A was a Q, but you can tell it was photoshopped. And then you had a bunch of pictures of like white dudes like drinking it, but they would be drinking it, but the sleeve would be upside down, like while he was drinking it, like actually like upside down on the can. And so I basically sent this dude a bunch of like cease and desist, and then he had his own listing, which is cool with me as long as he doesn't call it a Beersy. But I went on his fucking, and this is probably, I mean, it's not illegal because you can do whatever the fuck you want, but I went on his listing because I had ordered some of his and fucking cut it. I cut it and then put it on my can. I left a review. It has like 2 stars. It has like 2 out of 5 stars because I was like, fuck. I was so excited for this, and then I put it on the can and it just ripped.
Just warfare, dude. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're not doing anything.
Once I did that, I think he knew that it was me because he took his shit off my listing.
Oh,
so he's like, all right, this guy's like, he ain't fucking around,
Well, I feel like getting hit with a cease and desist is a lot more than like a threatening like email. When you actually get one of those, you're like, oh, fuck.
Well, so basically the cease and desist says like, hey, like we just want to keep this between us, but if you leave it up there, like we're gonna, even though a cease and desist isn't has zero legality to it. So like I can send somebody a cease and desist for something that it's like I don't even own.
That's like Barstool gets a hit with them all the
like
time.
every day.
Yeah.
And so it's like, so with this guy, I just sent it to him because it's not like I don't, my trademark isn't even approved yet. And so if my trademark was approved, I can automatically take down his listing. But I sent that to him and just some threatening shit. But really, I don't have any grounds because my trademark isn't approved, my patent isn't approved. And so, and Amazon is pretty gay. Like, you can not gay, but stupid. Because you can just, like, anybody, any listing, unless it's, like, a protected listing, like, you can well, you've done it where you go get shit from, like, Walmart and you resell
I did it for a while, and then everyone else started doing it. So it was Amazon FBA, and I would go to Walmart, and I would literally go to the clearance section with Amazon's app, and I would find something, and I would scan it, and most of it was, like, auto parts and, like, old home appliance stuff, like what I do, I did really good on like GE light bulbs and stuff, and I would scan it and it'd be like, oh, this product's selling on Amazon for $8.50, and I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna list it for $7 because I'm buying it from Walmart right now for 75 cents. I would literally list it in Walmart, go home and ship it, but it was just like everyone started doing it and the prices just kept getting lower and lower. And then one day I was like, fuck, I'm making like $60 doing this every time I go.
You spend 6 hours doing it.
And it started becoming too long because I would drive to Auburn Walmart. It was one of those things where like, it wasn't scalable by yourself. It was a fun like hobby for a little bit until I want to say a viral video went out and it was like, this guy makes $212,000 a year reselling Amazon stuff. And I was like, fuck, that's what I'm doing.
The guy killed you, dude.
Yeah.
And it was bullshit too because he was making $212,000 a year doing Walmart stuff. But he would like what they also showed in the videos. He would go to like estate sales and like swap meets and stuff, and then scan stuff that was there for like $1 that wasn't in fucking Walmart.
But that probably wasn't even counting like buying his product and all that stuff, you know.
It all the time. Well, he also got like really lucky because he was at like a grocery outlet, and they had tomato plant like hangers randomly or something, and they sold for like $10 or $15, and he was buying them for $1. And they had like 2 pallets. So he bought 2 pallets, which was like $20,000.
Seems like someone.
Dude, I drove by a grocery outlet the other day, and they had a sign for 99 cents a pound ribeyes. Would you ever eat
Fuck no.
a ribeye from grocery outlet?
No. We will. Were you with us?
$1.
Was it us when we got all the wine from grocery outlet?
Yeah.
And they all tasted like shit.
Yeah,
Literally.
There was one that was really good, and there was one that was like straight.
All of them, but they all
booty.
tasted funny though. Like I don't know if they're like initially
They just
like
weren't stored right.
No,
Yeah.
there was something wrong.
Because even the app like said, okay, that's a decent bottle of wine.
we only bought ones that were like decent.
They were getting good reviews. We were buying like
I think there was
$9
only
bottle of
one decent
wine
one
that were
there.
supposed to be like $20 bottles of
yeah.
wine, and there was one that I just remember was horrific.
I would dump the whole thing out. We all did.
We all did. We couldn't finish it, and I don't dump alcohol out.
Yeah, that's what like because what Lauren told us to do that or something. But like then Rachel one time she's like,
Yeah, the white chick's got no shame with it is with wine, dude.
Yeah,
well, the thing she's like, oh, it's such a good fucking deal. Like this is the greatest thing, and I'm like.
I'm not a wine connoisseur though. I love wine, red wine only, white wine.
She also wraps her cell phone in tinfoil, so.
definitely.
If you would have started that with that, we never would have gone.
Well, this was after I saw the tinfoil thing after, but it's the story of the couple. And hey, Jared and Lauren, if you ever by chance listen to this, and I just named you by name, I've told you guys that was the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
I already know where Colin's going with
it's
this. This is fucking hilarious.
You've heard the GNC story, right?
No.
You had
I used to work at GNC.
No,
dude.
I've had to have told you at one point.
No, tell me.
my
I used to work at
God.
GNC. Tell me.
So my buddy Jared comes over to my house. I don't know what he was like. They went to GNC earlier in the day, and he's like, yeah, like something about just stocking up on like some supplements, right? And I don't know how it came up with the guy, but the guy, he asked, he's like, do you have any banana flavored supplements? And the salesman at GNC goes, dude, you do not get banana flavored supplements. And Jared's like, what? Why? The dude goes and gets a fucking banana, right? So listen to this story. I swear to God this story is real. I swear I told it on the podcast.
I've definitely heard it multiple times.
I know, but
I don't care. I'll hear it again because.
But so he goes and gets a banana, right? An unpeeled banana. and they go, hey, try this experiment, okay? And Jared's telling me this is dead serious. Both of them are. They're fucking super into this story. And the guy goes, here, hold the banana over your heart and put your hand out, okay? So he grabs a banana, puts it over his heart, holds his hand out, and
this just goes with the whole white t-shirt.
Yeah. And so then he's like, resist me pushing your arm down, and he couldn't fucking resist, and he pushed his hand down. So then they ditched the banana, same fucking thing, and he couldn't push their arm down, and the banana was no longer over their heart.
True fucking story.
They bought the fucking non-banana flavored vitamins. So, but how the trick... So that was a story, and I looked at them, I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
It has to be someone with a position.
And first off, I'm going to say, like, even if you ate the fucking banana, like, that's still the most bullshit thing. But I'm like, how is a banana over your chest, unpeeled?
Potassium.
How is that going to affect anything with your strength or anything by putting a banana over your chest? He's like, I don't know, but this fucking experiment worked, you know? And I'm like, did you maybe think that your shoulder isn't designed to take downward pressure? And he's like, what? I'm like, you know, when you put your arm out here, like, there's probably no way that you can resist any amount of force pushed down on your arm. Like, here, push my arm down harder. You know, so like I can't I can't really like resist that. So he didn't press as hard when you didn't have the fucking banana, and they were like so confused. And so, fast forward to the cell phone thing, okay? And I had already said, like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like,
that's like when the people fell for the baller bands. Remember the like balanced baller bands, and they're like push.
Whoa!
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, did you not think like, why in the fuck would a banana? You know, I'm not saying on the inside of your body would make a difference, but especially on the outside of your body, holding it over your chest, how the fuck is that going to affect anything? If that was the case, we would use bananas in war, dude. Like, if you want to, like, disable war people, bananas. We would shoot bananas at their country, you know? So, fast forward, this
Monkeys
is like...
would be like a
fucking Mario Kart.
This is like a year ago, and they came over for dinner, and I'm looking at her phone, and on the so she had a case, but on the outside of the phone, inside of the case, she had tinfoil. And I just get this big-ass grin on my face. And I'm like, and it's super janky tinfoil. It's like half cut like this way. And I'm like, why do you got tinfoil on your phone?
Knowing there's going to be a good answer.
She fucking seriously was like, I got an experiment for you.
No. Yeah. No. So I was at GNC.
Yeah. So she gives me her phone. She's like, put it over your chest. No. Same fucking experiment. No. And I'm like, you are fucking retarded. You're fucking I'm like, so the same exact banana experiment? She's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, oh, my God. No. Yeah, she's... But the thing is, and then I was like... So you got the tinfoil. So you're afraid of cell phone signals coming in from your phone, so you insulate it with tinfoil like into your head. Because it was on the outside.
Yeah, so it only goes in.
You can't make that up. That is.
I tell them that the whole time I'm like this fucking experiment is like.
So fuck this Beersy thing. Let's start selling tinfoil and bananas, dude.
And I'm just like. Yeah, fuck.
We need to hit that target.
Tinfoil banana grenades.
If you don't have a beer with a Beersy, then it's
fucked. It was literally the dumbest thing.
I saw somebody the other day. She had like a kind of like a half beanie. It was like almost like a headband, but it definitely like curved up. And she had something hanging from it. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, we're at Fred Meyer. So I literally went out of my way to walk down the aisle she was on. Her cell phone was tucked into her beanie so she could hands-free talk. But she like had it pushed up so much. So the thing I was seeing that looked like a beanie was the top of her big iPhone, like sticking up like an alien thing. And she was talking. And she was just like, oh yeah, like just walk. I was like, oh.
It's actually like if you had like a lower key like headband or something to hold it in, would be kind of cool. But
then that's like the one thing you're never supposed to do is like never touch your actual thing for a long time because it gets hot, like on a phone call. I'm
like
grocery
radiation going into your fucking
15 minutes
brain.
Maybe. It's just like
dude, my worst. I always like if I'm driving, I don't know why, or like I'm sitting on my desk, I always tuck my freaking cell phone under my nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm surprised like I'm able to have kids.
Yeah, it's just like fuck.
Because you think, see, that's how I know it's fake news. This shit was real. I'd either have like kids with like 12 arms
Yeah.
or fucking no kids at all.
Yeah. Well, that's like when I saw her walking with it, I was like, that's really funny. But I'm like, wait, if she's shopping 15 minutes, her phone's probably so hot next to like her face.
Right?
And burn her ass. You know what I just realized?
Yeah.
I
so
never pitched
and,
this.
yeah. So
I know, that's
instead of
fucking
going to
took this wild
Walmart
turn.
and slinging light bulbs, what are you doing now, Colby?
Put it on.
So yeah, what I've been doing I looked the other day because I was just curious. I bought the domain, and the second day or third day of September. So what
is it?
What are we? August. 10 months ago, I had the idea like Kyle did. I'm like, I gotta stop being just fucking lazy. I'm gonna get into something. I'm gonna do something. And then what I wanted to do.
Make eye contact.
Oh, sorry. What I wanted to do was create a new form of what we kind of did with Respawn, which is an energy drink that was affordable, better for you. And then as I was doing a ton of research, I was like, fuck that. I'm going to make an energy drink that I can jam with stuff that's can make it feel like you took Adderall.
Like legal cocaine.
Legal cocaine. So then what I did is, it actually occurred to me, I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast. I don't remember his guest name, but I can see the dude. He was like kind of a, like a well-looking, groomed guy. Don't remember his name.
Alex Jones?
Yeah, no, I wish it was Alex Jones. This whole business would have already taken off if it was Alex Jones. But he was talking about how like this nootropic business and how people are finding different ways that with like stuff that's growing from the ground and different products can make you increase your memory, focus, and all this stuff. And then there's a Reddit thread that I started going through that's like, hey, what's the best dosage or micro dosage of these over-the-counter supplements that you can mix together to make Adderall? And it's always the same response. It's like, oh, use this one, get some Alpha G, get some Hyperzine. And then everyone always says the same fucking thing. You'll never get the actual effect of Adderall, though, unless you actually... Well, no shit. Like, that's a drug. Literally a drug. So I did a ton of research on that, and then I found... then this is where shit gets crazy. So I found somebody who could formulate it, who had a master's, PhD in food science. They formulate it. Everything gets approved. I taste it. That dude goes and gets a job where he gets an immediate non-compete. And he's like, I have to sell this to you right now, literally, like today on the spot, but it has to be to a business. So I had to go set up an LLC. It had to be like something else weird and something I had to like set up a website all in like 6 hours. So do all that. Fast forward 5 months later, a lot of hard work, but I literally have...
It's like
drink.
taking cocaine.
Ken, this is product 1 tester, product 2 tester. Ken has 001, Kyle has 002, or vice versa.
I have one.
They literally I didn't have my labels yet, and I gave it to them to test. And
It lasers you up.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Ken. Give your
So
experience on it.
about a week now.
Yeah, you're around
I've been
7
rocking
days
it.
now.
Yeah, 7 days now. Coffee sober. Haven't had coffee in 7 days. Haven't had an energy drink in 7 days.
What were you normally doing? You were doing a coffee at 4:45?
Yep, I'd wake up at 4:30, do my shit, brush my tooth, get dressed, go to if I can make a coffee
Your tooth?
out the door, dude.
Yeah.
So I drink my coffee on my way to work, get to work, I'd be good till like 11, probably have an energy drink. Then on my drive home, I would absolutely crash. 2 o'clock, I'd it hit me, I'd be fatigued till...
Because you used to nap almost every day.
Yeah, so it sucks.
You fucking child?
Well, fuck, dude,
It's
you wake up at
4:45.
goddamn 4 o'clock, dude. So I would get super tired, crash or whatever.
Or just slam another
Or
coffee.
slam another coffee, slam another energy drink, which are super healthy for you.
Yeah.
But
Flying.
so I'll wake up, I'll have one of those in the morning, which is nice in the summer because it's freaking still warm out. Nice
Yeah.
when it's cold, it's super good. Hit one of those, and I've kind of been double dosing, but I fucked up yesterday. Double dosed at about 1:30.
Uh-oh.
I was
Too
up
late.
to literally about midnight, just like,
Wait, that's late for you?
fuck yeah,
What
dude.
time do you usually go to sleep?
9:30, dude, on the dot.
Alright, well,
like I
then
said,
wake-
dude,
then
I
go
wake
to
up at
sleep at
4:30.
9.
No, I wake up
Going
at
to sleep
4:30.
at 9:30 is equivalent to me going to sleep at 11:30 and waking up at 6:30.
I'm scheduled, so I wake up at 4:30. I wake up at 4:30, even on weekends.
Busted.
I got breakfast at 7, lunch at
Ken is a
11.
very
Never
strict eat.
ever have breakfast before.
He literally-
Once 11 hits, You can't have any breakfast food. No eggs. Like bacon, obviously, you can go on burgers and stuff like that, but never eggs on
You
burgers.
a psychopath?
No, dude, you just can't you can't have pancakes for dinner. That's like fucking. You're just assaulting.
burritos?
No, dude, just have a normal fucking burrito.
Well, technically, you could make an argument that a breakfast burrito, if you had sausage, eggs, and bacon in a tortilla, you could argue that that's not breakfast. That's just an egg with dinner food.
No.
You really would not have it no matter what?
No, I would have a burrito for dinner. Like you're insulting spaghetti and meatballs, freaking lasagna. Are you gonna wake up and have spaghetti and meatballs for breakfast? No.
I have before.
Are you gonna have a baked prime rib for breakfast? No.
No.
A, I can't afford that.
I
and
get
two,
what
no.
you're saying. I get what you're saying.
And then I have dinner at like 5. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes, no, Ken's fucking high because he drinks double doses
Yeah,
of it.
so just it's good.
I hit it the other day on an empty stomach, and I was just like fucking. But it's not like the C4 where you start like.
So, yeah.
I have to like scratch myself when I have C4.
There's no niacin.
Yeah,
which
so
gives you that
C4
flush.
C4 gets niacin and they have beta alanine, and people are way smarter in this than me. So I do a lot of research and I screenshotted and did a ton of stuff. And the beta alanine that's in the C4, it's actually in like Ghost, Lifestyle. Like I spent over $1,000 on pre-workouts and stuff like that just from like GNCs and Amazon, and I would take 1 and 2 scoops of the jar and then just put it on the shelf. And I would do it again. I would do it again. And the reason why I was doing it is because exactly what you're saying. Certain ones have like a really positive effect, and then the itchy. So I took the beta out of it, and I took the niacin out of it. So everything that you get on there, you don't get that flush feeling, and you don't get that. It has synthetic caffeine, and if you look it up, synthetic caffeine is the equivalent. So 1 teaspoon of what's in my powder. I'm not saying you're getting a teaspoon in every serving. Let me clarify that. But synthetic caffeine is 26 cup of coffee in 1 teaspoon. So it's way better.
God,
like,
let's hope
so
that
you
thing
can
mixes
die
up.
from it.
well, no, you could, but yeah, you could.
You could die
if you took
if
took
somebody
1
drank,
teaspoon.
chug your whole thing, would you die?
Well, you'd have to chug 500 servings.
Well, I'm saying if they took one of your bins and they chugged it, would they die?
No,
No, you
because
probably
that's
throw
not.
up.
That's in the whole formula. That's in the whole formula. So it's
whole
spread
batch,
out.
gotcha.
Yeah. So what?
So there's not 26 cups of coffee in your.
No. So, but that's where I like to say that, because if you look at like the back of a lot of energy drinks, like Bang Energy, for example, is fucking terrible. It's 300 milligrams of caffeine that they claim, but it also has taurine and all that other shit in it.
I've had it twice.
Yeah.
It's fucking
So,
disgusting.
and people like it. So Bang is, the people like it because of the price point, and it's really good flavor because it's artificial bullshit flavor, which is no problem with that. Like, I'd rather have that than some hinky dink vegetable root bullshit. But the problem is like, so they're claiming 300 milligrams, but you're getting that other thing, and that could affect people differently. Where like the synthetic caffeine is literally made like to be as pure as it can. It's super compact, compressed, and like spread out over my entire jug. You know, this is 200 milligrams in 1 serving, which is the equivalent of like maybe 2 cups of coffee, I would say. 1.5, 2 cups of good premium coffee, and maybe an espresso shot. 200's nothing.
But it tastes good, and it's not super sweet.
And it's a completely custom flavor. There's not anything on the market like it, and there never will be, because I signed a thing, which is basically like a patent, that says that the company that made this flavor will never make it for anybody else.
So what I like about it, like I absolutely hate water. Like I fucking
Alita.
hate water. I don't drink water. It sits in my stomach. It tastes like shit. It's not good.
Yep.
I honestly, I drink maybe a bottle of water a week. I mean, I still drink coffee. Like before, I would drink coffee. I drink Gatorade. I'll drink juice. So I'm getting my water.
Yeah,
White
in
Claws.
there. Your,
lots of White
Rainier.
Claws. Rainier, White Claws. So I'm getting water. So obviously, like, how could you live by it? But I don't drink water. I fucking hate water. Like, I guarantee my majority of my water intake is when I like brush my teeth.
Yeah. Tooth.
Yeah, tooth. Like I hate.
What do you mean tooth?
It is. It's just fucking
Inside
funny.
joke?
So I just like I hate water, but this you're like I like it. I put in a whole bottle like a
Yeah, so
freaking-
there's... Kyle does it over ice still. I knew that going into it. I almost brought him a cup for the first taste with ice, but then I
He
forgot.
said he was going to bring ice.
I forgot on the way out. But Ken does a whole water bottle. My wife, what she does is she makes the whole thing in 1 water bottle and then pours half of it into like just a cup and then puts water in it because she doesn't drink caffeine or anything. And she took a full serving the first time she tried it on the way to work and got home and literally was in bed. She normally falls asleep at 8 o'clock, 9:30 at the latest. and it was like 12:31, and she was like, I need to do some chores right now, and I was like, fuck, at least I know that what I made worked. And so she took it to, I'm 7 of 8 right now on positive people who have taken it multiple days. That's why I haven't said anything yet, because I've had it, my brother's had it, my dad's had it, and then I had to go to like my close people who would first obviously say it was good even if it wasn't, and now I'm distributing it to people like, so I gave it to a girl whose husband I've only talked to one time, said, hey, if he likes pre-workouts, have him try that. He got my number from her, texted me, and he said, bro, what the fuck is in this? I need
Dude, I like it. I'm not just blowing smoke. Like, I mean, Colby's one of my good friends, and I'm not just blowing smoke to sell his product and sling it, like, and he gave me the shit for free. But,
yeah, I'll keep.
But this shit it's fucking good. And we're at absolute worst case, he's got me to drink like 2 bottles of water a day, so it's probably saving my life.
And the other thing why I was creating it too is I noticed, and so this is like where I'll always pull the curtain back, and this is what I learned from Kyle. Like, there's no point in hiding like your business model, your business practice, and like what you want to do. I fucking learned that people are spending a shitload of money on supplements and energy drinks every fucking day,
Dude,
no matter what.
Insane. I used to work at GNC, and people would come in there fucking every week and drop like $150 on fish oils, pre-workout, protein,
and most of that stuff doesn't
vitamins.
fucking work.
Dude, vitamins are ridiculous. People go in there and buy their like all-purpose vitamins or all
20% gets absorbed into your body.
Dude, you're just literally buying like you're literally
shitting them out,
pissing out like $100.
Yep.
Literally.
But you feel it's like a placebo though.
Yeah, it's a placebo effect. Absolutely, dude. I mean, so much money slinging vitamins.
Oh, yeah.
Look at these idiots. You should probably just drink your piss because you're just freaking worth more.
Yeah, and that's what I noticed with this is like on Amazon, it's like $50-$60 for all these, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna create one that's like in that $30 price range. That's still 30 servings in one tub. You can't buy a fucking Red Bull for $1.
So his says
$2.
30.
Bingo,
his says 30 servings, but and they're tiny little scoops.
Yeah.
But I did a 1 scooper in a mixer, and I think the next time I'm gonna go half because I got hit that hard. I'd made the mistake of I woke up, had 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, so you should not. Yeah.
And I was kind of like crashing, and I'm like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna hit a scoop. And I had like a Red Bull energy drink, but I hadn't eaten anything. And the combination of all that stuff, like I thought I was gonna die for a second. But
I would have blamed myself.
But yeah, little. So it says 30 servings, but you could easily make it 60 servings. For me, I probably would.
Well, Alita will. If she was technically drinking, my wife was drinking it by herself. She's only taking a half at a time, so she would make it 60. So 50 cents. There's not an energy drink on the market that's 50 cents. The closest one is Wired, and Wired is fucking terrible for you. It is so bad.
There's a drink like a squirt.
Oh, Mio.
Yeah,
Mio.
That's still it's not bad.
Yeah, yeah.
You can still taste the syrupy. Like
Yeah.
this is Zip Fizz.
But that's just
kind
like
of
water,
like,
though. Or
So
you
I-
can just do flavored water.
Yeah.
You can do caffeine.
So like here it is. I mixed it up before the show. Just your nice little ocean blue. When I asked for the color, again, I never claimed to be a chemist or anything like that, but I worked with dudes who are fucking like everything is super, super official, like what they have to do. And when we were going through the color, we were going back and forth. And I went out when I went down to Utah. I was like, I wanted to look like Walter White's glass in the first episode or the second episode of Breaking Bad. He makes the meth.
You've never seen Breaking Bad?
So basically,
First couple episodes.
So basically,
wow.
his meth was so popular because it was so pure. It was like pure icy blue, almost like White Walker's eyes. So I was like, hey, I showed up a picture from Google Images. I want my drink to look like Walter White's meth.
And it does.
And it
almost
looks
like
just
neon.
like it. Yeah.
So yeah, where can they go get this?
Okay, so yeah, the name of the game, DrinkSmart.com.
And he hasn't sold a single fucking one
There's
yet.
not one yet. Technically, it's...
And hold on, and we got a disclaimer. We're not doing the podcast because that he's mainly just saying what he's been doing.
Yeah, that's also very
This is
good.
why there's been a 3-week absence.
Yeah, so I 3-week absence. A lot of it was because I was going back and forth, and then all of like everything came and like hammered down at once, and it was like, oh fuck! It was almost like when you had your kid. It's like everything hits you, and you're just like, I gotta fucking do something now, because like again, like not doing this just to say so you buy my shit, but like my life savings are technically in like this fucking bottle, you know? Like if I fail this, it's like, fuck, I'm gonna have to get a real job.
Yeah, no worry at Costco, dude.
So like there's obviously a lot of outside factors that when everything starts happening, it's like so slow, and then it was like I just hit
It's
tunnel
exponential
vision.
and shit. Yeah.
And I just had to keep focusing and like, okay, I got to get this. Oh, I got to get this. And then it's like little things that when we did Respawn, we had 2 guys who did all that for us. But for me, I'm like, fuck, how do I make sure this UPC code works?
Yeah.
So I have to watch a YouTube video and make sure, okay, the barcode works, sweet, sign it off.
But the whole time you're also watching your daughter.
Yeah, and my father-in-law still is like recovering.
They don't even know, do they?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, so my father-in-law, I think I might have mentioned it on something, so yeah.
And he's like 70.
Yeah, and he fell off of a ladder and broke every rib but one on one side of his body. And
He's who watched your kid.
He watches my kid 3 days of the week, and then I watched the other one. So in those 3 days were like, I'm not exaggerating, they would show up at 10, and from like 10 to 4, 10 to 3, 10 to 2, whenever they were there, like I did nothing. Like I put my phone down because I would get in my WhatsApp chat, and I just fucking grinded. But when he got hurt, it was like, shit, I'm gonna like...
Well, not only that, it was her parents that watched, and since he got hurt, her mom had to basically take care of the dad who just almost died.
Yeah, and he's been having doctor's appointments 3 times a week since then, plus physical therapy. So I don't have a babysitter, which still is not an excuse because I know there's people out there like, well, you fucking had the kid.
We gotta take a little break. I mean, summer break. Most shows and everything take like a mid.
Podcasts and
yeah.
shows, they always take a break.
Well, and we had the time. There was a time last week where I had a babysitter. We were about to do it, and then I forget what. Oh, my labels got fucked up. Again,
Well,
I'm an
probably
open book.
when I got a cease and desist from Monster as well. So we're like, fuck the podcast.
And it was on the same day where Kyle had something happen, and then I got like. My labels I was going to buy, they were like, no, you have to get this many. I'm like, well, fuck that. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, okay, now I need new labels.
I'm going to be honest, I got caught up in some audiobooks because you guys have been throwing out some podcasts.
See,
You know,
that's smart.
that's like
See,
2 or 3.
we're making people smarter.
Yeah, dude.
But a little
Speaking
bit
of smart, I didn't get the website.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
fuck, god.
Go to
damn.
drinksmart.com, SMRT, smart. It better be live by the time I post this because right now, technically, if you go there right now, you'll see it, and you can only buy 2 of the products, but it will all be there.
The first one that sells, I will fart in the package.
Ooh, there we go.
Maybe
Yeah.
even semen in there.
And I'm eventually going to move all my shit into this room right here.
He's been saying it.
Well, I haven't got to that point yet because I got to get enough.
Ah,
Hey, we're back.
ah. Hey,
What happened? Is this dead? Hold on, we got it. Oh, yeah. So, we'll pause real quick. We'll stop. Going. Let's put it so it's there.
There
Yeah.
we go, and we're back.
Part 2, well, I guess we'll keep it like this until.
Did you check the audio with us right here?
Yeah, I checked it.
Oh, we're perfect then.
Yeah, we're sitting good. We might have a little bit more echo, but I can edit that out later. Still wearing our white matching shirts.
Yeah, buddy. So we're back. We had a little technical difficulty.
Literally just dropped everything.
Yeah, the 3-week hiatus. These guys basically forgot how to do a
Run a
podcast.
show.
So here we are. We're back.
Yeah, we fucked it up. And we were saying something that was important, too.
Okay, it was a good time. You know, we moved on. So
Oh, I got a text when I was going to the bathroom the other the break. Look at this text right here. I'll read it to all the audio listeners. Your product was really good, bro. Had tons of energy. Good, even feel.
from Jeb, last name Bush. So we're
No,
good.
that means-
you know it's legit.
8 of 9. By the way, I never told about the one dude. The one bad review. It was only a bad review because he was like, bro, you know what? It didn't taste like exactly like Adderall. He's like, it felt like 1/10 of an Adderall.
Are you like fucking crushing it up and licking it? What does Adderall even taste like? I've taken
That's what I
Adderall.
said. I was
what
like-
does it taste like? You literally like, was he like smoking it?
Yeah, I was.
That guy sucks, dude. I don't like him. Bad
Well, I have
review.
to take the bad review though. I have to take it in stride. So I made out of 9 or 9 out of
Find
7 and 8.
a way to make it taste more like
Adderall, is
terrible
it
drug.
Adderall just a swallow? Like you
it's
just
just a
swallow
pill,
it?
bro. That's what I'm saying. Was he licking it like it's a fun dip?
And the
Brushes
thing about
it up
that,
and then he
though,
licks it like a fun dip.
the thing about that though, in theory, you wouldn't want it to taste like Adderall. You'd rather it taste like mine because mine at least tastes like closer to a pixie stick.
Dude, so okay, so I don't like water. So like if I take an Advil, I usually just like pop it and swallow with like
Yeah.
saliva. I mean, does he?
He's gotta be
Have
good.
you ever had where you put like a Tylenol and like an Advil in there, and you go to swallow and you just can't. Like the pill's too big and you just can't get it
Yeah.
down, and then it has that like It tastes terrible.
I think the worst one I've ever had is I took 2 Tylenol and I had a super bad hangover after one of my birthdays, like 27, 28 range.
Right.
So old enough where it was like, 2-dayer. The first day, around like 10, I was like, I cannot shake this. So I took Tylenol, which I normally don't ever take, and the Tylenol doesn't have that capsule around it. It doesn't have like the kind of
right.
jelly, like the gel on the inside.
The gel
Tylenol
cap.
didn't have that. So I took the Tylenol, get them down with some water, and then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I feel like I have to puke. I'm like, no, maybe not. And then it all of a sudden was like, oh, it hit me. And when I threw up that Tylenol, and I like coming back out was one of the worst taste. I haven't taken Tylenol since.
Do you remember when you were a kid? You have to take like you get like a sick cough or whatever. You had to take like Robitussin. That
Oh
red,
yeah.
Oh, dude, you can taste everyone. I know everyone has had Robitussin. That is the worst goddamn taste.
And it's weird too because like even without having it that much, I feel like I wasn't sick that much, but just I know exactly.
Although that like my kid, he'll get like ear infections or whatever,
Yeah.
and he'll get the like what's it called?
They have a cherry.
Amoxicillin, dude, and it has that bubble gum. It's pink.
Yeah.
That shit's what's up, dude. I
Yeah.
could drink that all day.
The cherry one is fucking. Oh hey, look, it's back.
Oh, dang, this is such a better setup.
Yeah,
It's also
way
cool.
better.
I don't think you're supposed to have this like that, though.
Oh, it's not. It's picking up.
Oh, okay,
We're
fuck
gonna
it. Fuck it.
No, do it though. If you need to go. The
Fuck
other way.
it.
I say you fix it if you think we need to fix it.
No, I thought people always said, like, you don't put it, but looks like it's fine to me.
It's picking up, but we could just be picking up off the echo. Should we test it real quick? And
No, we're going for
Fuck
it.
it,
This is
alright.
how it is.
So we've hit hard on what you guys have been doing lately, but
Yeah.
let's I mean, let's,
now we're gonna
let's
start
switch
getting into
it
the
up.
normal things.
Hold on, what about Bob fucking Lazar?
Who Bob Lazar?
You guys aren't having
Fuck
what?
is Bob Lazar?
No way.
Yeah, this is how we're starting.
Netflix, dog.
Oh,
Bob
the
Lazar.
UFO guy. The
Yeah,
UFO guy. Yeah.
Then he went on Joe Rogan. Which
Yeah.
I've never listened to the whole thing of Joe Rogan, but I listened to
The whole
Bob
thing?
Lazar's. So he's a dude.
I watched half of
back
it
in
and I
like
fell
the
asleep.
80s. He basically like
It's one of Ken's boys.
he's
He's a truther.
who.
Bob Lazar.
But the thing is, he's not the fucking tinfoil truther. He's not like he's like basically, hey, fucking believe me or not. Like
Would you consider Alex Jones a truther?
I don't know. I don't listen to that. But
At least you're
Bob
honest.
Lazar, he claims that he worked at it was like a leg
fuck,
of
dude.
Area
I
51.
know, dude.
It was like a leg at Area 51. It was called something else, but like he's just like you can tell he's a super smart dude, and he basically tells all. But he's not like you better fucking believe this. Like listen, he's not like a dude that's looking to like persuade you. It's basically like he's like a super smart dude. And so he worked at Area 51. He says he worked on some of the flying saucers that they had in there because they basically got these flying saucers and there's technology in there that, that's way far and above anything else.
So are aliens real or not?
I would say, yeah, I believe this shit.
Well,
You need to
What's
watch
it called?
It's like Bob
Major
Lazar
Laser.
something.
Major Laser, something like that. I know what you're talking about. It's
Lazar?
Yeah. Major Lazar, but
Dude,
like laser.
We should definitely have like a good 2-hour sit down of just conspiracy.
Dude,
theories.
Well, this dude though, I know what you're saying. Like, there's a lot of people that were like that will go on stuff and be like, you bet, like preaching, like, fuck yeah, you have to believe this. This dude's like Kyle's saying, he's really like smooth talking, but in like I don't fucking care if you.
So he
believe
just
me or
puts it
not.
out there, and if you
Yeah,
like,
so basically,
He thought he was gonna get murdered.
So
for leaking
basically,
it.
he thought it was an injustice to people by not knowing this stuff and not knowing that this technology exists. But it all basically revolves around element 151, I believe. How many elements are there? 150?
you're
So-
asking the wrong
So
fucking guy.
basically,
How many
back in
elements
the
on the periodic table?
Here's some information.
118, so 119 would be.
yeah, I don't 100% know. I thought it was like 150 something, but
There's
basically
151
back in
wrong.
the 80s, he claims that like this spaceship used a form of this element, but the element didn't exist back then, or they didn't acknowledge it, and he claimed all this shit, like people, everything, because people are like, you didn't fucking work there, and back in the 80s, before a lot of the stuff came out, like people were like, well, what about this? And he'd be like, he worked there, he'd give out names and stuff. And then everything started like coming, like all the names he pointed out, like some stuff became public, and every there's never any like loose end. Everything basically was like that he said. He'd be like, yeah, I checked in with Bob Norman every morning, and they're like, fuck, how would he know what Bob Norman worked at Area 51? So they basically established that he worked there, and a bunch of other things. So the reason he got fired is because he took people out because he knew the schedule that
like aliens out.
No, like real people. So
Okay, definitely fucking
off work. He knew when the test flight schedule was for these UFOs because they didn't know how they worked, but they figured out how to fly them. And he would take his friends out, and he like filmed video himself and got caught doing it. So he got fired because he would go to these, he would film these test flights out at Area 51, and he would bring people out there.
Can you imagine that being that friend in the friend group?
Dude,
like, hey, you want to come get fucked up and fly a UFO?
Dude,
like, you're a fucking
So
badass.
are they like government created UFOs, or like we take that shit from alien UFOs?
They found them. So
Dude,
like
that shit freaks me out.
no,
It's 100%
and they said-
fucking real, though.
But they said
It
that
has to
some of them they found through like archaeological digs. So they had like crashed and they found them. But like
That shit's just weird. I get
the thing is like he doesn't know like that information. Like the reason that he got the job is because
Give us
he
more camera
got
time,
he
there.
got featured in his town for making a car that had a jet engine on it. So basically whoever operates Area 51 and all the shit that comes with it, like they were stumped on trying to figure out this alien spaceship.
Yeah.
So they were just bringing in people to like try and figure it out.
It's literally the same story about the hacker, the dude that he like hacked something in New York, and then the NSA came and knocked on the door. And they're like, "Hey, you're not in trouble, but come work for us." You are in
Yeah,
trouble."
and that's pretty much how it was for him.
Yeah.
And but like he went on Joe Rogan, the dude that made the initial Netflix video, like he's definitely like a fucking like you could tell Joe Rogan was so annoyed at the
That's
dude.
the dude
He'd be
upstairs.
like,
You've seen
he'd
him,
be like,
Ken.
well, look at this fucking document, 1941, and Joe would be like, what are you talking about? And he's like, it says in here that Tony was at this spot, and Joe's still like, what does that have to do with anything? So it's kind of annoying for that part, but like you gotta watch the Netflix show.
what's it called?
Bob Lazar or something.
Lazar.
It's Major Laser. So like
Major
Major Laser.
Are you sure? When does that say?
That's what came up for Netflix when I typed his name in.
Have you ever read? Probably not. I don't feel like
No.
you're a big fucking
No.
reader. There's a book called Behold the Pale Horse. It's the same kind of thing about this dude that used
It's
to
just called
work on
Bob
Arrow.
Lazar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Behold the Pale Horse, but this guy used to work for like Area 51, CIA top guy. Actually, like lived in Washington at like Fort Lewis at one time. And he like goes out and he basically just like spilled all the things like.
Well, they got a committee together. I was watching this other thing.
That's
on
how far I
Netflix.
got into it. About 22 minutes and I fell asleep.
Bob
Oh shit, dude!
Okay.
It's fucking.
Okay, so
watch
it's
it.
called Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers, and it's about exactly what Kyle said. Bob Lazar blew the whistle on Area 51. He's back to explain the alien tech he worked with and the government's war to shut it down.
But the thing is, like, he doesn't like. He's not like, he doesn't say he knows everything about everything. Like, he basically was in on a team literally to, like, just test one single, like, component. They basically were like, can you figure this out, But he doesn't know, like, the only reason he knew the flight schedule, it doesn't really say how he knew the flight schedule, but other than that, like, he didn't know anything else. They basically, like, brought him in and they say, go, like, see if you can figure this out. So he didn't like know if they're aliens. Like Joe would ask, or
It could just be a hybrid.
on like the
engine.
Netflix, they would ask, be like, were there aliens? He's just like, I really don't know.
This is the dude that's annoying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's super
So,
fucking annoying.
Damn, they went for 2 hours and 14 minutes and you watched
I
all of
listened-
it?
Dude, that
I
Alex
listened
Jones
to it.
podcast was
I
like
listened to that
6
whole one.
hours, dude.
No, I didn't listen to the whole first one. The second one when he came back,
Dude,
I
it was
listened to it. It was
like
like
6
two
hours.
stuff.
So-
I listened to that whole one. It was interesting.
Okay,
the
so
whole
let's
time.
say
You gotta watch the Netflix thing first.
Okay,
Hypothetically.
everyone. So let's do this. Let's watch the Netflix one first, everybody, and us, and then we'll go watch the Rogan one, and then we'll talk about it again.
Okay.
So real quick then, so let's say aliens are real. I love conspiracies and shit
Dude,
like that.
fuck yeah, we're gonna chat
So
about
let's
that.
say so let's say
Yeah, Kyle
aliens
in
are
the
real.
chat.
Real quickly in like 140 characters or less. Why would the government hide it?
I think
Fear?
Well, you gotta think like
public panic?
you gotta think like being aliens pretty much knocks down a fuck ton of religions.
Okay, I'm gonna go
That's-
one way too.
That's a lot of money.
Dude, that just destroys like Catholicism, Christianity,
But if they-
Judaism.
But like, but another thing, it's all about like technology. So if like the
That's
U.S.
my thing.
if the U.S. has access to like this technology, and you know, because basically, I swear it's element 151, but it has to do with gravity and altering gravity. So if you can alter gravity,
I'll look.
that's how all these spaceships are just like zing zing and gone because they're able to alter gravity, and that's what this element has to do with. And so, if the U.S. had something like that but didn't,
Element 115 is called
yeah,
gravity
okay,
waves.
115.
So it was the last one on the
What
periodic
are you,
table.
fucking
Did you say
Ledestic?
114?
No, you. I didn't say anything. You're the
No,
one
I
that-
said when I looked it up, it said 118.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
So
like-
it's funny. It's the first thing on Google is element 115 a real thing?
so it's real, but the problem is like we can't create like a stable version of it, and that's what they think that these aliens did is they got a stable version of it, and that's like it's the fuel that fuels their ships that have these fucking gravity things, right? Because if you could fuck with gravity, like
Okay, yeah.
you could just zing zing go do whatever you want.
This is exactly what you just said. So this is the definition. It says element 15 is one of a number of super heavy elements with an atomic number greater than 104 that are so short-lived they can't be
basically harnessed,
dictated
right.
in nature. Scientists can, however, synthesize these elements in a laboratory by smashing atoms together.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is they're trying to find a way to make it actually work other than just me and
that's
a machine.
that's the
Yeah.
theory is with these UFOs they got it to work, and that's what it's like unlimited fuel
Yeah,
for their
yeah.
spaceships, right? But where was I going before
Sorry,
that?
I cut you off.
Where was I going before?
About why we don't sell them, why.
Oh, just the technology behind it. Because if we haven't figured it out, like we don't want to put it out there that we
That's my
have this
answer,
shit,
too.
and like they're afraid of all these other countries figuring out this technology. And
So
if we're
let's-
the first to figure it out.
That's, yeah.
You know?
Well, let's go back a step. Do you think, okay, let's go, yeah, this is going way back a step. Do you think that we are the only country lucky enough to randomly
That's
stumble
also what
upon
I
aliens?
Dude, you can go deep in on that shit. Like,
Because there's no
like,
fucking way. The
like,
world's
I'm talking,
so big. Why would it land
there's
in-
people that say like World War II shit, like the atomic bomb. Like, yes, there was a Manhattan Project, but like that stuff was we were lucky enough to stumble upon like some form of alien technology that taught us. And then there's a lot of people out there that say like the aliens are the ones that like basically stop World War II. They're always like watching to stop the destruction.
That's
of
what I
it.
read.
So what?
Yeah.
But you can go down there like, fuck, is the Earth flat? I think it's flat as fuck. I fly all the time, and that shit looks flat.
But well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. The bottom line is if you believe one part of like chance and all that, what are the chances that just the U.S. would get 5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8 UFOs? There's no
I
fucking
just think
way.
it's almost in today's world too hard to cover up.
Well, that's what like.
But that's the thing, though. So think of like 9/11. Okay,
Inside job.
not saying Bush did it,
People.
but like the flight that got shot down
Yeah, you
in
know-
Pennsylvania, they said, oh, you know, the terrorists were about to crash it, but the crew fought back and
Yeah,
then
but it was
crash
not-
landed. I know for 100% fact
It was shot
that it
down.
was shot down.
Yeah.
And lots of people say it, you know, but you know how
They made a movie about how heroic.
so why
it
would
was,
they?
though.
Why would they not just tell people? Yeah, we shot it down because we
Fear.
didn't want it to hit the
Yeah.
fucking White House. You
Or
know?
the Pentagon or
public
whatever.
outrage.
yeah.
Fear.
But it got shot down, but they don't tell us that. You know,
Yeah,
why do they
yeah.
do that?
Yeah, it's just
God,
gotta
we
be
could do a
fear.
whole podcast. All right, so
We have a whole podcast. This is.
well, I
this is
know.
it.
I'm just saying, like, all right, that shit that trips me out about 9/11, and like, I get that
yeah,
shit
that's
happened.
Oh, dude, you're a
But-
germaphobe?
No, dude, have at it. But what I don't fucking get is the Pentagon. That shit freaks me out because there's like, it was a
didn't come out
missile.
wrong.
It was a missile.
So the thing about the Pentagon that makes no sense, again.
Where's the
not to get
hole?
too
Look at
deep,
the hole.
It goes. A fucking plane doesn't go in that.
Where's
dude.
the jet engines? Where's the like?
I'm not an expert,
No expert.
but I am pretty good
It
at
would be
knowing.
so hard to like somebody who's never flown a huge plane like that.
And
to
then
aim
where's
it
the rest of
right
it? to
into
be-
the side of it?
That shit's wild. Like I get okay, so they might have hit the Twin Towers.
But that's what I always
Obviously,
say.
it hit Twin Towers, but like,
But then you got Pat though.
look at like drone technology though. You don't think like, fuck.
But do they not have video of it hitting the Pentagon?
It's like
No.
a very weird security footage. It's just like top shot.
Type-
Why would
Behind
there
there.
not be thousands of cameras?
It's the most
That's what I
watched city
fucking
in the
said.
world.
Kyle's the truther.
Dude, pre 9/11, still like Washington D.C. is literally the heartbeat of the world.
You've
I don't
been
care
there.
what you say. I've been there 100 times. It is the most watched city in the world. You cannot, even if you go there today, you could walk on the street corner, you look up, and there is cameras everywhere.
Every
There's
street
probably,
light.
there's probably cameras in trees you don't even freaking see. And it's not even that. There's DC police. There's like Secret Service. You have FBI, CIA, the like local police. There's 100 different branches of government.
CDC.
Inside of DC. It is the most,
Made
it's
that one
insane.
up.
There is like freaking street corners, intersections that have pylons that pop up. You can sit there and senators, ambassadors go by. They instantly shut down like street corners. It's insane. There's
That's kinda
cops
tight.
everywhere. It is the most watched city in the world, and you're trying to tell me that this little like tick 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 time lapse
No,
video,
and that's the thing is they're like,
and
oh,
it still
and the,
looks like a missile.
and the roof camera like malfunctioned that day.
Yeah.
But it's like you gotta be fucking
Crazy.
kidding me.
But is it something where they just like felt like they didn't need to
The,
release
Z-
the footage?
the
I think-
Zapruder film
yeah,
with
probably.
JFK assassination was a better video quality than you got with the fucking plane that hit.
In 19.
But is it something where they wouldn't want to show
Yeah.
that? 'Cause, I mean, sometimes there's footage.
Have you seen though, like-
they won't show like school footage shootings of like Columbine? where
Yeah,
they-
no,
No, you can find some wild. There's a Netflix doc on that.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you're saying is like, why show it now, even if they have the footage? I know what you're saying.
But that just shows how much the government doesn't give a fuck about it.
But then there's the weird. Oh, it's all just okay. So
It's profits.
I'm gonna switch already just to something I learned the other day, and I'm gonna say it, and Ken's gonna like it. Kyle might not, but whoever Trump has like as his little finger is the fucking puppet master of all puppet masters. When he did the racist comment and he called those people to go back to their country, it was major news. Like I even read it and I was like, I see why this is bad. I get it, but like, fuck, maybe he like has a reason, whatever, you know, like definitely not a good look. Know what he does? He literally teams up with the influential people that control the media, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, like, let's freeze this rapper who he definitely doesn't fucking care about.
No, Trump
Definitely
has
doesn't
no
know.
care about
But
what's
you
his
know what
name,
he did?
Rocky,
A$AP Rocky.
A$AP Rocky.
But the thing is,
What does he go by? Flacco?
yeah. And the thing is, though, is he twists it and he tweaks it just enough. In every little tweet of those little characters where it says, "Dear Swiss President, our African American community has been tortured enough," whatever he says.
Right.
Fucking genius, dude. He will never lose.
No.
I'm dead
It's
serious.
literally say
Until the other
He
side
could
starts
literally
playing
come
that
out
game.
and like video could come out of him saying the N word and he would twist it.
He literally told 4 people to go back to their
He
fucking
did the same
countries.
shit too. I think it was yesterday. The federal government decided to start back with capital punishment, like killing like bad people.
Yeah.
Capital punishment, and he literally was like, so there's all this like revamped push for abortion, right, and whatever. Like we're not gonna take sides over here, but like he basically got the Democrats. So he said, all right, let's do capital punishment. And he took all these like Democrats are like, you can't kill people, like you like this is inhumane. And then he was like, oh, but you kill babies, so you want to save rapists and murderers, but
Kill
babies.
Yeah.
And then boom, dude, like
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
dude,
Whoever, I don't know who it is, but whoever is pulling his
the
strings
social
is
media.
a fucking genius.
The social media spectrum, like Twitter came out what fucking 2008 maybe.
Yeah, around then. I
It
would
is
say.
like okay, so you have nukes, you got like all these rail guns. All the, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram is the
Weapons.
most. It's the biggest weapon in the entire world. You control the way
narrative, everyone thinks.
Yes, the instant news. Even like this. Okay, so the Russians hacked the election with all this fake news, fake photos, the technology. So you control social media. You
Win.
It's the Godfather.
And they will win.
That's strength.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
are- like social
I don't
media
care
is
who the fuck
puppet,
it is, but
the
that
hand
guy
puppet
yeah.
of the world.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And I was telling to my
People are
wife.
so stupid. They
And-
literally believe anything you put on the fucking internet.
And now it goes both sides too, where
Yes.
it's like the mic people who are like, no, that's so wrong, but it's like they're all so pussy now
Yep.
that you take somebody who just doesn't give a fuck, and it's like, well, there's also a lot of people who don't give a fuck. So it's
Dude, I
like,
hate millennials.
okay, go to Karen.
Okay, so all right, so we went to lunch today. We came back. I'm following Kyle. We go take a right, free right. People coming across the intersection. If I'm going across the intersection, I can see there's traffic. I'm not taking my
Speed it
ginger
up.
fucking
No, you brick
time.
walk, John.
You brick walk, right? Especially if you're young. We had like these guys literally lived in their parents' basement, 18 years old, long
Were they
freaking
doing
hair.
this?
Two dudes were on there on their
What did
cell
he have in
phones.
his hand? He had like water balloons or something.
You fucking millennials, dude. And anyway, so it took what would have taken me 15 seconds. I'm not healthy. I'm not athletic. 15 seconds to walk across this 30-foot intersection. A minute.
Oh,
Fucking do it.
So like when the light turned green,
Oh.
it let people walk across. You know, so it's, we were gonna take the right, and they fucking burnt out the whole clock. You know,
Dude, literally, it got down to like 3, and then he busted it, and like I was like, "Fuck this, I'm going too." He wasted the entire. I hate millennials, man.
Well, that's like what's scary too, though, is those are the
Check on
people
these guys.
that are like gonna start controlling shit,
Yeah.
and it's like, so I don't know. So this would be good. This would be good for you. So when Kyle and I started the site, like the main, that's when Vine got really popular.
Fucking fine.
So now TikTok is
Yeah.
like the new Vine, but all I see from TikTok is just this cringy ass shit. Fuck that point. I'm going right to another point. We haven't been on the podcast forever. Everyone downloaded a fucking app made by Russia
my God,
to steal
dude.
your fucking photos, dude.
Dude, I was like, okay, I want to see what this is all about, and I'm not going to post any pictures, but I want to see what my ass looks like when I'm like 90, because I want to see, like, am I going to be in Palm Springs, like,
Or
getting
am I
it
gonna
all with
look
all
like
the
a
hot 80-year-old
am I
honeys,
gonna
you know
look
what I
like a
mean?
fucking
Or am I
loser?
going to look like, do I just need to up my game and just end it at like 70?
Yeah, Kyle would say.
But then you were like, look at this. Boom. Just all you did was Wikipedia that company. It was like Russia-based, blah,
It
blah,
took
blah.
me 30 seconds when I saw all these things going on. I said, I guarantee you there's something more behind this. And I literally Googled it. It's a Russian company, and they ask, and there's people that will debate like, oh, the terms of service technically is the same as Instagram and Facebook and this and that. It doesn't, it's not the same.
Dude,
Just
I
because
guarantee
it's-
that
oh.
the facial scans they're getting with that unlocks everything.
Well, the thing is now it's like, okay, let's go. So let's go for me not being a hypocrite here. I put Google Homes all in my house
Everywhere.
because I don't give a shit if the NSA
They're
comes and knocks.
listening to everything.
And I don't say anything like I'm a fucking terrorist. I'm gonna go blow something up. I don't. Well, now I did. Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't really do that.
NSA.
But so like, I feel like people who have something to hide are the same people that are like, well, why would you put a Google Home in your house? Like, well, then don't fucking put it in. Turn the light on like by like a normal person.
That's the same thing with the Patriot Act in 2008. Like, I get it. I hated the government overstep.
But I'm not
at the
doing
same time,
anything.
You really want to listen to the shit I talk about. You're
Yeah.
either gonna laugh or you're like, this kid sucks.
I want to say Kyle always says the same thing too, where he says if they're protecting us and like doing stuff to help us, like I don't give a fuck what they do. Like I'm not doing anything wrong. Stop doing shady shit.
Worst case, I get an ad for White Claws on my Twitter feed.
Which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, right.
They're not serving me ads I don't want. I talked about the White Claw. Okay, so back to this app.
Right.
To not be a hypocrite, I have those things, but for some reason I wouldn't add this app
I couldn't do it either.
because I was like, something doesn't feel right about them having access to all of my photos and then uploading like my face and stuff. Because like, again, there's stuff that we know about, there's stuff that we don't know about. Like, we're not smart people
No.
by any means.
No.
And we're not even close to like the next tier of smart or the tier after that. Like, there's motherfuckers in Russia right now
10 steps ahead.
working for Putin who are like, okay, we just got 9,000 more selfies, this, like, whatever. Like, here's the girl's name, here's her address, like, here's her last pinged IP address, email. So once you have someone's email in that, like, they don't even have to touch anything. A computer program can start running a reverse search and get her Facebook, her Twitter.
Dude, let's be real.
her
These
fucking-
millennials, they literally have the same password for
everything.
every single
Every
site.
fucking thing. Okay, so let's go even a step farther of my creepiness. When you guys who work at normal jobs
Right.
come across the hot girl at work, I always get the tag, hey, find this girl's stuff. And they're like, she's private. I'm like, no one's fucking
No.
private. And I have, as creepy as this sounds, I do it in good means. I'm never actually like
It's funny
exposing
to
it.
see how much you
I-
can expose of somebody by a first name and where they work.
I found the girl's house, her parents' house where she used to live, uncovered all of her old photos, new photos, and everything. And they're like, I thought her shit was private. I'm like, nothing is fucking
Nobody
private.
is private on the internet. You could literally go to, let's say, a fucking sit-down restaurant at Buffalo Wild Wings in Minneapolis, Minnesota, see a name tag of Sarah
And you have her.
working,
That's all
and
you
you could
fucking
literally
need.
go into Yelp, Sarah, boom, boom, boom. You can go through any like sort of type Buffalo Wild
Facebook,
Wings, Sarah,
whatever,
boom, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And the next thing you know, you find out like she's been through a divorce, she's
Fucking
been through
anything.
4 child claims, she's had a foreclosure on 1 house. It's insane.
And I literally did it for these guys, and they were like, "Wait, what the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah."
The craziest part is the people that leave their shit, like even though they're private, they leave their shit so like exposed with them, and they like things or let people have comments on their Facebook.
yeah.
All you gotta do is go to like their friends, go back. It's just it's insane. You are not unless you are 100% off every single
Off
social
the grid,
media.
you're
I'm
not.
talking Snapchat. You are off. Like you don't have a Yelp profile. Your email address isn't your name even in professionally.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I like White Claws is your email address. Like that is the only thing. There's no Snapchat, no IG, no Facebook, no
White Claw?
MySpace. There's no
White Claw?
way
Wait.
you do not have a thumbprint.
So, and that's the thing, and that's the bottom line is like, I'd be a hypocrite if I was like, oh, I don't put that stuff in my house, but at the same time, like, those Russian motherfuckers, they're not just taking it nicely. We're talking about how everyone was downloading that old person app that's owned by Russia that now has everyone's fucking face and like where they uploaded it from. And I was telling Ken how easy it was to like, in probably 4 seconds, they were like, "Oh, this is the IP. This is their email." So like everyone uses the same fucking email for everything.
Yeah.
Here's their email. Here's their IP. Here's their face. Search, compile their Facebook,
I
Twitter.
guarantee you, everybody that signed up for an account on that fucking
Use the same
site
password.
use the same password that their email's attached to
Everything.
for their Comcast
Did you have
log
to do it
on.
on a site?
But you had to sign your app ID, like your Apple ID's attached
I
to it.
guarantee
So you-
90% of those people have the same email address and password for their IG, their Snapchat,
Everything,
Facebook,
for sure.
their
For sure.
banking, their
Man,
housing
I had to
mortgage,
Delete that subscription.
everything, dude. They're
Well, before you do, will you let Ken take a picture of himself so he sees what he looks like
You
old?
haven't used it yet?
No, dude,
because we both were too paranoid.
Dude,
I
I'm
sent them
still
in our
paranoid, man.
in our group text. We
Post a
posted.
picture of you real quick.
what do I do? Like this?
Well, I think I can do both of you.
Okay,
no,
okay,
that's
okay.
weird.
Yeah, get in here, old guy.
Do I smile or just like?
Take your hat off.
And select input 3 or 4 for the second track.
You ready?
If you selected the wrong input, you can
Alright, let's see.
I bet I look really good old.
on your keyboard and opening.
What is that noise?
Hey,
Select
hey.
different input.
Oh, it started a video here.
Record both tracks, right?
There we go. We're good. Sorry, people.
Technical difficulties after.
So yeah, and again, hypocrite.
Holy, close your fucking eyes.
Sorry, I'm ready. I'm ready now.
God damn it.
Again, hypocrite. Google Homes. Google Home. So I didn't.
Oh, 100%.
download that.
I have every room in my house has a Google Mini, a Google Home, or some like Lenovo smart thing. Everything's controlled by my voice, and I live with it because they're already listening to our cell phones, my laptops.
But I just felt weird about
Dude,
this.
the
one.
government can literally look at like to your Comcast like DVR box. There's microphones in there, and they listen to that shit.
Yeah, it's fuck.
There's-
No, they're
it's
fucking.
fucked. They listen to everything.
So it only let me do Ken first.
Fuck, dude, I look like my dad. Holy shit.
I look like my dad too.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I look like my dad.
Oh, that's fucking
Palm
wild.
Springs, here I come,
Oh,
dude.
look at that, dude.
I'm going to Palm Springs, dude. I'm retiring
Oh.
there.
So now you guys are in the system.
I'm in the fucking
Let
system.
me switch it to Colby.
And that is why the Second Amendment is important.
So yeah, we were also saying like we don't care. It's like we're not like we're trying to hide secret service messages in our thing, being like let's fucking go steal kids. Like
And
we
then
don't
and then this is the thing, like we're not putting aluminum foil on the
Yeah,
backside of our
backside
cell phones.
How bad do I look old?
Dude, we could slang it real well. You don't look bad
I
at
wonder how
all.
many people figured out that their dad wasn't their real dad from that. You're like, fuck,
That-
that's like my old neighbor.
So if you're
That's my
listening
mailman.
and you find out that you look like your neighbor,
Yeah, saying
hit us up and
Like-
then we'll bring you on.
Like, how do they add the sadness to your fucking eyes?
Oh, tell if you're
fuck.
miserable.
Oh man.
God, there's so much to talk about.
So yeah, that was millennials. That
Dude,
was
we haven't talked
Russia.
about we haven't
Oh my god.
I look pretty bad old.
we haven't talked about
That's why I didn't download the app. Look how fucking shitty I look. I look like I'm a fuck. What the fuck?
you actually kind of look like you would see a mugshot on like this guy.
Florida man.
You wouldn't believe this guy in Florida.
Florida man.
Would you believe this guy in Florida?
Like, I wish there was a way to really prove if that's what you're gonna look like when you're.
Well, we will wait 60
Well, we can take a
years.
screenshot of it. It's in the cloud now for Russia.
And then
Russia.
we'll reverse back to what is this episode 220
All right.
something?
Before you get to what you're about to say, how the fuck do they do that though? That's fucking
Tech,
tight.
dude.
It's tight. Okay, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, we haven't even touched on Kyle's boy Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh man.
Who?
Jeffrey Epstein, dude, the most famous human
is
being
this,
on the planet right
is
now.
this political?
No. Jeffrey Epstein is the dude that definitely diddled little kids.
Yeah.
Not a good boy. Child predator.
but isn't more shit coming out because
Oh, dude,
of
this
it?
shit could change the world.
That's why he almost
But
got
then he
murdered
he got a
yesterday.
hit like 2 days ago.
Did you hear about that?
Oh,
They
somehow
found-
in
yeah.
jail.
Yeah.
Definitely not suicide. He's definitely gonna whistleblow. Reason
Did
why
they
they
try
called
to
him.
say it was
They said it was an injury around his neck. So yeah,
but they didn't say it was suicide?
He tried to hang himself, allegedly.
yeah, but
While he's under 24-hour, like, there's
Surveillance.
supposed to be a prison dude with him 24/7 on video, and somehow he still got a fucking
yeah,
something around his neck for an
there's
injury, and then the guy wasn't there mysteriously.
Some
Dude, this
drama.
is deep state.
So
shit.
the reason why we said it was Kyle's boy is because he's a child predator. Because you caught him.
yeah, he did. Yeah.
That's why I brought it up. As your
But
boy.
so he was it like a fucking ring, like an old man?
Oh, for
ring?
sure.
Dude, this
When
guy-
he's
wow.
the Victoria's Secret stuff that's coming out now is like starting to unravel that like he was really really good friends with the founder of Victoria's Secret, and like there's a bunch of really weird like business purchases and donations that were going on that are like, why the fuck would he sell like? So I was telling Ken, like, he bought his jet. I'm gonna butcher the numbers, but hear me out. Like, he bought his jet for like $10 million when at the time like the Gulfstream jet was worth 20. And like he bought a mansion for $15 million from the guy. They're like, but it was worth 40, and he sold to him for like 15. So they're like, all these weird things were going on. It's like, A, he has some fucking dirt on this guy, or B, he's like in on it with this guy, and it's like just trying to move money around. And now that's just one like crumble
Sliver
of what
the
this
greatest
could be
part. So
coming out.
like, thanks to Colby's freaking smart crack that I was drinking, like I couldn't
Yeah.
sleep last night, so I'm like going deep
Blah,
down.
blah,
Yeah, dude, I'm like on
Speaking
this
of that,
Twitter
drink-
rabbit hole, right?
Speaking of that, drinksmart.com. I'm actually
Drink
gonna buy
Smart.
smart crack right now.
Smart crack, there you go. So I was on this rabbit hole last
Good
night. So
fucking
this
name.
guy, so if you don't know, Jeffrey Epstein, like a giant piece of shit in the world, one of the richest guys in the world, political donor, would donate to charities, donate to universities, and basically made this network. And he had this Caribbean island called Lolita Island, where he's been counted over for like
Smart crack.
like thousands and thousands of underage sex trafficking, where he would bang out all these like 14-year-old girls, basically brainwash them, get them to go get their friends to come back and get banged out. And it's just a huge underage like sex scandal. Well, he gets
Disgusting.
Hey, though.
so he gets got
It's true.
in
They are
like
getting paid.
what, like 2010 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And somehow he cuts this deal with this prosecutor, like this attorney general.
Who is Trump's boy now?
He was Trump's boy, resigned.
He did resign.
He resigned.
Yeah, I don't
was
pay
under
attention.
like Trump's umbrella or whatever. Where then this guy, like, so Epstein had been
Acosta.
Acosta.
Yeah.
So
Bob?
Pretty much.
maybe, but not.
Sorry, keep going.
So anyway,
Florida.
so this like all this
This is where it
Acosta
gets
dude,
fucking shady.
Cuts this deal with Epstein to basically like if any of us were to bang out like 2,000 15-year-olds, I mean, we go to jail for life.
Hopefully get murdered.
But this guy cuts a deal where he basically pays like $200,000 in a fine, and then gets 6 days a week jail time, but 12 hours in those 6 days work release to work at his charity. The same,
which is the property where he was.
which is even more wild about it, and this is like the rabbit hole I went down. The same Florida prosecutor or city that was like investigating him, like that entire time during the investigation, he donated like $200,000 to upgrade their equipment.
That's the weird
And
part.
then they were like, oh, well, we can't like not accept this money or it'll tip him off that we're investigating him, all this stuff. He donated like $90 million to Harvard, which if you go back in like the Bonesman, like go back in the Bones, like Google Bonesman, there's like all these Harvard, Yale, like cults where there's like basically like 40 sitting presidents have been in this whole thing. Dude, this is like pizza.
How does he have
cake.
so much money?
I don't even know. He's like
I honestly
like
don't know
some
what the
real
fuck he
estate
did.
entrepreneur genius
And then he
dude.
must have done like hedge funds probably.
Yeah.
And just, honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he knew somebody like literally in Wall Street that was like, "Hey, put all the money on this real quick."
Dude,
He
it's
seems
wild.
like a shady motherfucker. Like,
Go down
obviously.
the rabbit holes on this stuff. There's all these investigations.
Well,
where-
the weird one though is like you could literally make a documentary podcast on crime about how wrong it is for the police people investigating him to be like, oh fuck, $200,000, thanks man, like while we're investigating him, and then they spent all the fucking money.
Oh yeah. So
They're like, well, what's wrong with that? Like, he gave it to us.
So he donated
Who cares if we're
like
investigating
$93
it?
million.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
If I'm a fucking drug dealer and I pay off a cop $200,000, you'd be like, oh, that's bribing the cops, right?
Yeah.
That's what he fucking did.
So like he donated $93 million since he got arrested for like all this child thing. So you'd think like, okay, so a university, child molestation, we don't want your money. He donated $93 million to like Yale, and then now that it came out, he got arrested again for it. They're like, well, we can't give that money back because we already spent it.
Yeah.
Like, what? You already fucking knew,
Yeah.
but whatever. Which is fine. Like, if Epstein, if you're listening in your shithole, like, if you want to give me $93 million, I'll spend the fuck out of it. I don't care what
For
you
$1
do.
million, will you suck Colby's dick right now?
$1 million?
$1 million is a lot of fucking
That's a lot.
bucks.
That's life changing money.
Is it though? You would spend that.
No, dude. You
I
pay off
would
your
have.
house,
Okay,
pay off
okay.
your
Better
cars, you're not
question.
in debt.
Would you? So same question, but Ken to Kyle. Would you suck Kyle's dick? But Kyle, for the not $1 million, would you let him? Well, we can't have to.
What?
See, that's the. There
So
you
how
go.
much are you gonna have to get paid to get your
Would
dick
I-
sucked?
I get paid to get my dick sucked. I'd let him do it for half the time.
So now you're $2 million. Who's gonna fund
See,
this?
that's what I'm saying is you gotta get something back, or you're like,
You're just a dude that
I'm
just
just
got
gonna-
paid nothing.
You suck and we spend.
yeah. Oh, what a fucking time to be alive. I almost got murdered yesterday. 2 days ago. Yesterday. 2 days ago.
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. So, this is gonna fall on. Heard this before. Car broken into again. Third time since I lived in my place. And by the way, the cop who came over and like kind of ran the numbers and stuff made a really good fucking point. I never thought of. I said, yeah, this is the third time it's happened. He goes, you would be surprised. You living in a safe neighborhood is actually a target. Because all these people are coming from bad neighborhoods know they can't go steal from the bad people because they either A, don't have it, or B, will get killed. I was like, holy shit. That's why I keep getting fucking robbed in my neighborhood. It's a good point.
No, because you just gotta live in the right safe neighborhood.
Well, I don't have a gate.
You don't need a gate.
I don't have a gun.
There you
Oh,
go.
but back to the story. So here's the story. Here's the
Right.
story. Buried the lead. The dude that robbed my car, 17 minutes later, was robbing a dude down the street's car. Dude on the street came out in his shorts, gun drawn. Guy had a pistol. The homeowner, shot the robber who had the pistol right in the chest. Stood over him. His buddy ran away. Stood over him. The guy was trying to move. He said, "You move again, I'm going to kill you." Cops were already called. So we got our diaper bag back, but now I feel weird like using it because it's like, hey, the dude that just like had a gun in my car and then went down the street and got shot with my diaper bag like either on him or his buddy or on his back, like definitely touched this and I feel weird about it. So now I'm gonna get a gun.
Should.
And I upgraded my security system today.
You did.
And now I have like 4 different sections of my house that if you walk towards it after 9 o'clock, these like lights go off, and then if you stay there
Yeah,
for
so
10
don't go to
seconds,
fucking Colby's house.
yeah, you're fucking
or
dead.
they'll got you.
Yeah, no, I'll text the dude down the street now. I'm gonna meet him at the company bar or community barbecue and give him a White Claw and be like, bro, you
got
that was
me.
fucking tight, dude. Thanks for shooting that guy. We probably won't get messed with for at least a month.
Oh no. Block's hot, dude.
Yeah, our block
Word's
is
out.
fucking
Word
hot,
is
dude.
out.
We fucking shot somebody in my hood. You know what else is funny? Not funny. I shouldn't say funny. I guess it's kind of funny. So, right on my corner, there's a street light, and 2 nights before this, someone like pulled a U-turn, drunk, and plowed through the street light. Supposedly reversed and left before the street light fell. I woke up and I'm like, what's burning? Something smelled like plastic burning. It was the street light on fucking fire.
Dude, you gotta move out the hood,
I
dude.
mean, I'm out of there, dude.
Washington's hood.
There's a gang sign, probably.
You gotta come move out to me, dude. Then I'll have to
No,
commute
my
all
goal
that
is
to
Lake
your house.
Taps. My goal is Lake Taps. 2 years. I'm
Well,
gonna
here,
sell enough smart.
move to Buckley, and then in 2 years, move again to Lake Taps.
Yeah, you know, real estate and like thinking hard, not my strong suits on things. We'll fuck. I wonder if Kyle wants to come close these things down.
Yeah, I know we've been at this for.
That was a pretty long time, I believe.
20 minutes now, I think.
People are gonna be happy about that. Yeah, one last pitch since now I'm completely broke. Visit Drink SMRT. Damn, now that I'm saying that out loud, I probably should have got a better fucking name.
What'd I say? Crack water?
Yeah, no, you said Crack Smart.
Crack smart.
So smart, obviously I don't have SMART, just SMRT. Drink Smart, drinksmrt.com. I'm gonna buy the URL hopefully before the show airs that says fuck Adderall, no, fuck ADD. I think that was one I was gonna get.
It's another good one.
Hold on, before I end the
And then
show.
it just redirects the
It just
site,
redirects. Fuck ADD. Yeah, that's what I was gonna get. So fuckadd.com will redirect to my website at some point. Yeah, I probably should do a promo code. If you listen to this, Kyle. Hey, what percent should I give off? I'm ending the show. Do you want to end it?
I would do 15%.
Okay, I'm gonna do 15% off.
Dude Comedy.
Use.
Disaster.
Oh no, it's going.
Hey, code Dude Comedy.
No, it's not going. I mean, it worked for 42 minutes.
It's gonna be a chore to put that on.
Hey, you say we don't fucking care. We could have quit 3 times ago on this thing crashing.
Yep.
We're on my ghetto laptop. You know what, how dumb I am right now? I almost just tried to show my laptop. I picked up my laptop. Gonna show it. So yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. What we were saying, I don't know if this was in the last part, but if it was, hey, double promo code. Oh, that reminds me, dude. We had 3 ads, and we were literally gonna like, okay, we gotta make like a 30-minute show just to get paid.
We lost ads.
And then, Kyle and I were like, dude, that's fucked up. We're not just gonna put some half-ass show on the people. So by the way, we literally lost all the ads, and we don't care because.
So they're doing this for free.
Yeah, they were not happy with us that we just didn't do 3. But it was better than doing literally like, hey, turn your webcam on at home and let's bullshit a 30-minute episode just to get paid money. That's fucked up. Speaking of not getting fucked up, pay me money by going to drinksmrt.com. Use promo code DUDECOMEDY. I'm gonna figure it out before I upload this. Hopefully, you should get a discount. If you don't get a discount, I'm sorry. I'm actually not sorry though, because it's still cheaper than anything else out there.
And it's delicious. So.
And it's fucking delicious. Kyle, say bye. Bye. Kyle's saying bye. By the way, also while this was all happening, Kyle's thing he's down there working.
He's grinding, dude.
He's grinding. He's sliming. He's grinding. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And make sure you check out Ken on Twitter.
Go for Ken.
Hopefully that's his name.
That's my handle. Go for Ken.
Yeah. And yeah, keep bugging us, and we'll keep doing shows. Bye.
Bye.